If you're a parent, a caregiver, or an educator in the special needs community, you know the feeling. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, right? The amount of information, the legal jargon, the conflicting advice, it can be completely overwhelming. Well, today, we're going to talk about a new tool that's designed to change all of that. So, here's our game plan. We'll start by talking about that overwhelming journey and how a personal mission sparked a whole new solution. Then, we'll introduce you to this AI concierge, show you how it turns chaos into clarity, and explore how just lowering your stress can open up space for gratitude and a real sense of community. All right, first things first. Let's just acknowledge the pressure that parents and caregivers are under. You're trying to navigate everything from education to future planning, and the whole system can feel like it's speaking a language you were never taught. It's a massive undertaking. And let's get specific. Let's talk about planning for the future. An absolutely staggering 88% of parents with special needs children have not set up a special needs trust. Now, this is a super important tool that protects future government benefits, but the vast majority of families just haven't been able to get it done. And you know, this isn't about procrastination. Research shows the real problem is that the information just isn't clear. The legal and financial systems are so complex, and a lot of parents, understandably, just have no idea where to even begin. Now, this slide tackles another huge source of stress: straight-up misinformation. I'm sure many of you have heard that terrifying statistic that 80% of couples with a special needs child get divorced. Well, study after study confirms this is a total myth. In fact, for some communities, like families of children with Down syndrome, the divorce rate is actually lower. Just replacing that fear with facts is a huge step in lowering stress. So you have all these challenges: the stress, the finances, the bad information. And right out of that, a foundation was created with a really personal mission. It's called the Gear Foundation. It's a 501c3 nonprofit, and it was started by people who got it, people who had lived through these exact same struggles. Their goal was never just to talk about the problems, but to actually build real, concrete solutions. The foundation was started by Dave and Sandy Krickock, and for them, this was deeply personal. It was their own experience raising their daughter that showed them just how broken and confusing the world of special needs resources really is. So they decided to turn that difficult journey into a way to help other families. And this mission statement, it really gets to the heart of it all. It's not just about giving you a list of websites. It's about actively building a supportive space where families feel like, okay, someone sees us, someone hears us, and someone is actually doing something to help. So how do you actively address a challenge this big? Well, they developed a brand new kind of tool, one that's built from the ground up specifically for the special needs community. I want you to meet Stella, and think of her less like a search engine, more like your own personal AI concierge. Stella is a totally free tool made to cut through all the noise and connect you directly with vetted, trustworthy resources. Doesn't matter if you're a parent looking for a therapist or a teacher researching IEPs. And this chart really spells out the difference. A regular search, it just floods you with results, some good, some not so good. It tracks your data, it shows you ads. Stella is the complete opposite by design. It's 100% spam-free, it doesn't track you, and it's built to give you curated, reliable answers that actually get what you're asking for. Okay, so let's make this real. How does this actually work in practice? How does Stella take those big, stressful questions and turn them into clear, simple answers? I mean, these are the big ones, right? The questions that can keep you up at night. IEPs, trusts, life after high school. The questions are constant, but the answers always seem to be buried under a mountain of information. So let's say you're totally stuck on the whole IEP process. Instead of getting a million confusing search results, Stella gives you a clear path. You just ask your question, something like, how do I request an IEP evaluation? Stella gives you simple, actionable steps. And then, and this is key, it connects you directly to the experts, to highly vetted resources like Wright's Law. The same idea works if you're asking about a special needs trust or trying to find local respite care. It's a straight line from chaos to clarity. Now, this kind of practical help, clearing away the clutter, lightening that mental load, it actually has this incredible emotional benefit that goes way beyond just saving you some time. There are recent studies that have dug into the direct link between a parent's stress level and their ability to feel positive emotions like gratitude, and the connection they found is unbelievably strong. This chart just lays it out so clearly. It's basically an inverse relationship. Researchers found that when levels of gratitude were high, parenting stress was way down. And on the flip side, when stress was high, well, you can see what happened to gratitude. And look, this isn't just some nice, fuzzy idea. This is backed by solid research. The big takeaway here is that by lowering that day-to-day stress of just trying to find information, tools like Stella can literally help create the emotional space for positive feelings, like gratitude, to actually grow. So ultimately, this is about way more than just information. It's about connection. When you simplify that search for answers, you actually strengthen the entire support network for families. This journey was never meant to be walked alone. And the right information, it doesn't just lead to a website or a service. It leads to people. It leads you to support groups, to local advocates, to a whole community of people who truly get it. So we'll leave you with that thought. Just imagine, what would it feel like to go from being overwhelmed to being empowered, one clear answer at a time? What's the first thing you would ask? Thanks for joining us.